Hey y'all, so here I am back again. I'm a child of the 80s. I make no bones about that, and I love it. One of the things that the 80s did right, for my generation anyway, sucked if you were a later generation, was we had soap operas that were aimed at the youth, and they were big. Soap operas in the day, you had from Santa Barbara, All My Children, One Life to Live, Days of Our Lives, and they did a lot of user-oriented storylines basically during the summer. But one of the really cool things that you get into after that, especially in the 80s, was there were the nighttime soaps, and I was a huge fan. I was a huge fan of like shows like Dallas and shows like that. So I'm just going to look at a couple of my sets here that I got, soap opera oriented sets, nighttime soap opera oriented sets, because unfortunately, and I guess it's kind of hard to do like a complete like TV set of like say, but I would love to see. Santa Barbara's been off the air for ages, and that was one of those shows that I really connected with. It happened at the right time. It was really quirky, really weird, really strange, really different. I'd love to see some of that. Somewhere not cut up either, like box it together. I mean, think about the Dark Shadows, man. Come on. Anyway, picked up some different seasons of different soap operas along the way, nighttime shows, and that I used to watch when I was younger. Some were better than others. Some I was surprised at how much they bored me now. But let's start with one that there's two. I picked up at when we had Blockbuster before it closed down here in Canada. Knots Landing season 1, and I remember watching the later seasons of Knots Landing. I didn't remember the original series that well, like the original first season and such, and it's probably because although it was okay, it definitely hadn't found its footing yet, and it could be mind-numbingly boring at times. The original season of Knots Landing. There's some pretty decent stuff here, but it's nothing like Dallas or Dynasty oriented type, or even Falcon Crest. So with trepidation, I picked up season 2. I knew that Abby, played by Donna Mills, Donna Mills, would be coming into season 2, so I knew that we'd be starting to get into the more soap operatic storylines, some more the over-the-top stuff, which I really like. And so they put it out, and unfortunately, I think this is the last set to come out yet. It's like a 4-disc set. There's 18 episodes in the second season. These unfortunately didn't sell that well because the first season wasn't that interesting. But it has some pretty cool stuff, and I recommend. I'm hating to look and see that this has gone to the Warner Archives route, because y'all know by now how I feel about Warner Archives. See, I got that all y'all stuff in there because that's my watching Dallas and stuff like that. So, highly susceptible I am. And the next one was one that I really liked. No bones about it. Dynasty. Dynasty was cool. This was the first season, and unlike a lot of people, I really enjoyed the first season, and I liked the Blaisdells. The daughter was a bit on the whiny side, but Matthew Blaisdell was a really cool character. I mean, he really kicked ass, and it was sad to see him go. There's a dynamic that was gone after that. When you're watching the later seasons, yeah, there's some more over the top stuff. Yeah, it gets more soapy, and yes, Joan Collins comes into the series, and she's amazing. She's beautiful, and that's a girl that's timeless beauty-wise. And but Blaisdell in the first season with his wife, who I actually liked, and she would go on to end up being in many more seasons actually. And the darker side of Blake is kind of interesting. He's not a nice guy. I mean, John Forsythe did not want to play Blake Carrington the way that he was originally played. And he's nasty. He's like nastier than JR in some ways. If you watched Dallas, or even you watched the new Dallas, JR's kind of like a nasty character. And originally that was what Blake Carrington's character was supposed to be. And before he became this like stern but like a fair patriarch, he was like he was homophobic. He kind of no, you don't do that, kitty cat. They don't listen, I tell you. And he actually assaults his wife. It's kind of disturbing. Now, 3 seasons of a show I really liked. My favorite, the best nighttime soap opera of all time. Don't need a drum roll because you heard me talking about it, and it is Dallas. I got a few of these. Actually, I got a lot of these, but I got some of these lent out. So, season 7, actually, I enjoyed. This is the one with it's one of the less liked seasons, I think. But there's some cool stuff in it. I think this one at 5 discs ran at only 24 episodes. It had Charlie, and of course we've the character of God, her name escapes me right now, but that's Priscilla Presley anyway. Dallas. Season 8 brought us some cool. And by the way, they got features on here. You notice in the later seasons in Dallas, even if that's a 5-minute feature, that's a feature. There's like in the early seasons, it's like hour and a half long features. As the series gets later on, by the 9th season, there's nothing. I mean, zip. Anyway, good season. This brought in a different Miss Ellie. Miss Ellie was played by Barbara Bel Geddes, who a lot of you, even if you haven't watched Dallas, you probably have seen the movie Vertigo, and she would be James Stewart's female friend in the film Vertigo. Great actress, but she had left the series, and they had to. It was an important character. She was the matriarch of the family, and they wanted to keep her in it, so they brought in Donna Reed. Donna Reed did a very different type of Miss Ellie, and a lot of people were not too kind to her. But I personally thought she did a great job having to come in and fill the shoes of somebody that was an icon by this time. Now, unfortunately, Donna Reed, after this season, they got back the other actress, Barbara Bel Geddes, but she didn't really want to come back. But she did, kind of come back on a part-time basis, and they fired Donna Reed. Donna Reed never recovered from being fired from Dallas, and Donna Reed got sick, and I think it was cancer. And her husband said, anyway, and that she gave up. And this had a lot to do with it. Whether that's true or not, or maybe you just need it. But anyway, she got a crappy deal. Either way, she did the best job she could. She brought a different aspect to it. Donna Reed was a classical actress and a great actress, and she deserved better treatment than she got in this series. This was a great series, but the producers didn't do her right. Sorry, that's true. The season I like the most, the Dallas season I like the most, doesn't exist in Dallas continuity. And I gotta be honest, I really did like this one. The Dream season. In the last season that we just watched, Bobby got hit by a car. Bobby is the character, the star of Dallas. He dies. He dies. He doesn't just get hit by a car and is he going to be back next season? No. He gets hit by a car, he dies, he's buried. Knots Landing, which is a spin-off of Dallas, by the way, actually takes a character and says, okay, Bobby's dead. We're going to name our son Bobby after your dead brother. Touching. Because the shows are interconnected. Now, this is the Dream season. There's some really cool stuff in this season. I mean, there's some different stuff. And this goes, 31 episodes. Great. Season of Change. It's got a great featurette on it. Basically, some of the characters had their best storylines in this season, that didn't exist. Linda Gray's character of, oh God, there's people that are screaming the name at it right now that have seen this show before. Sue Ellen, sorry, is an alcoholic, and she finally hits rock bottom, and makes her way up, climbs back up, crawls back up from the depths, and becomes an equal with Jared. Finally, their relationship it's gone completely full circle. They're starting anew. Things look good. It was so well written. It was some of the best work she got to do on the series of Dallas. Pam got to work with Mark Grayson, who had come back. He had been presumed dead, and his mysterious return was, I thought, pretty well done. There was a very over-the-top, international story with Barbara Carrera as this terroristy type of villain. Just really cool. But the really cool thing, pisses me off, is they brought in a character played by Steve Forrest. Now, Steve Forrest he's a good Western actor, and a great actor. And his character was brought in very mysteriously. And you slowly, throughout the season, you find out, he comes on as a ranch hand, that, okay, there's a character of Jock that was originally married to Barbara Getty's character of Miss Ellie. Jock died in real life. He was played by I can't remember right now. I'll probably have to write in the comments. But the character of Jock was written out. But this guy here came back, and he brought Jock back. He was Jock. It came out that eventually he was Jock, and there's going to be a big storyline. The next season, they did follow up on that storyline by bringing this character back again in the Non-Dream season, but they totally changed his Jock thing. They made him seem like he was Jock, do DNA tests that said he was Jock, and then the guy came out of a helicopter and last minute said, no, that guy's not Jock, and it ended. I'm serious. It just ended, just like that. I mean, a great storyline through here, and a crappy storyline the next season that ended in 5 seconds. But the character should have been Jock. He should have went with it. And it's killing me that I can't remember the guy that acted to play Jock. But again, that's going to go in the comment section. Trust me, as soon as I get this one up there, that's going to be straight in the comment section. The actor that played Jock, because he was in so many movies and so many westerns. Okay. Caffeine time? Yes. Time to go on IMDb? Yes. Post the video and then comment? Double yes. Time for tea.